Ralph Cabbage, Aquamanknox. Today we're going to redo another pond, and I'll show you what we're going to do. This is a pond that's been set up for a long time with a pressurized filter and a trickle filter, and we are going to drain it as we've already started right now. We're going to put in a new pump, a new gravity-fed filter, UV sterilizer, and a Quintet, which is a fountain display that has dancing fountain heads and lights. And I'll show you how that's going to look. This pond stays relatively clear, but we're going to get it even cleaner, and I want to show you some of the new filters and how they work. So after they drain the pond, we're going to come in and we're going to actually cut into this area here, this irrigation. We'll be mounting a filter. See where that filter's mounted there? We'll be putting another filter right there, digging into that pond. And we will be removing, we have a pressure filter here, which is still functional, so we're going to save it, but we'll be removing all of this and then replacing the filter there. So that's the plan. Let me show you the equipment we're going to use. We're using Oase equipment. We've got Oase's UV sterilizer, which is a great unit. It'll mount to the side of the Oase biological filter. This is the Oase Screenmatic, and I'll show you all the Screenmatic and the features and how easy it is to clean. It's one of my favorite gravity-fed filters on the market. My favorite one is the step up from this. They make a model that's up from this. These are two of the best filters I think you can put on a pond. This is the Oase Quintet, and it'll be mounted in the middle of the pond, and it has LED lights, and these all dance and shoot, and it'll be a good display for this pond at night. And then we're using the Aquamanknox Eco Premium Pond Pump, which I have links below in my video, and you can see the other videos I've done on this pump. So this is the unboxing of the Screenmatic, and you can see it has a nice lid that stays on. Everything's been reinforced. So this isn't a typical piece of Tupperware or something you would get from Target. If you look at the bottom of this thing, if I can do it without dumping, you can see all those ribs. Everything's been reinforced so it can be put in the ground. We've got the screen filter, which that's what this hole is for this cord. This will be the main filter that we change the most often. And then all of this stuff raises up, and I'll do a little bit closer video of it later. But it lets you get to the sponges for cleaning. This is our drain. And then we will mount, if you look right here, we'll mount the UV sterilizer right here. Okay. So we've got inlet inlet, which is the UV sterilizer, into the screen. This is the back flush for the filter. So we'll have that hooked to a waistline. Normally when you back flush it, you pull up this lever to let it drain, and that's when you clean the sponges. This is your outlet, which goes back to the pond, and then your inlet is here, but ours will be modified because we'll mount the Bitronic. When you get this, go ahead and leave this wrapped so that you don't damage this motor while you're installing it. You'll have to, this is the cord for it, goes through the small hole here with the grommet when we're going to hook it up later. First thing you want to do is take out your tray that holds the debris, and you raise this whole thing up. This is the same process when you actually go to clean the unit. The reason I'm doing this is to show you this wall. This wall is siliconed in and lubricated. It's designed to come out, and you need to get down to your biological core media and unwrap it. So you've got all of these filters come with these huge biocores, and these biocores will be in plastic, so you'll need to restack those back in position and then put the wall back in. Okay, and then we're ready to make the hole and install it. Okay, if you look real close, the inlet and of these, there's a flow rate adjustment. It's in liters per hour, and that's on the UV. And there is your light to show you when it's working. That is the Bitron UV mounted to the side of the Oase filter. Okay, on the Quintet, we've actually drilled and tied this down to the rock, so once it's in place, it won't go anywhere.
We have to twist it a little bit because...
Okay, we're unwinding. We're using wet or dry glue for the flexible PVC. It glues a lot better, and you can see how that fitting works right there. And then they are prepping and putting in the filter. We're going to, there's a fitting that comes on the filter that allows you to get out to either 3-inch. We're reducing down to 2-inch because we are going to be splitting. We'll be painting and hiding all that, but we have to feed a couple of water features off the same pump. So we'll be splitting some of that water off. We don't need the full flow, but you can run 3-inch or 2-inch drains off of this filter. So the filter will go in place here. We're going to leave it pseudo exposed again. In this application, it's at a store, so customers can come over and see how it works. But you can see how you can cut it in to elevations. The back flush will go all the way out to the other way, and then we'll have the drain going back into the pond. Okay, we're going to get the filter level, using a level.
Learn that one,
You can see the flow of the screen already. It'll start taking the algae and the debris out and settling it into the unit. So it's a big pond. We are still waiting for it to fill up, as you can see. It's been close to an hour. I'll show you a couple of things. See that filter out of the cage filter? It'll just suck the leaves right to it. And it's still pulling the debris into it. You got a lot of water flow now from the new pump. And you can see how dirty the water is. You cannot see the bottom of this pond. It is very dirty. We will come back and show it to you after it's been running. But already, take a look at the filter. Okay, we've dressed this up a little bit and put mulch. Now, in a regular installation, again, this was done intentionally to show customers. In a regular installation, we would take more dirt and rock all of this in. So all of this area in here and there, right in there. But we've left this up intentionally so you can see it working. And check it out. So this is already cycled a few times, and you can see the debris already starting to build up in this on the screen. Just continue then to build up with water. So it'll build up with water, and then when it gets all the way high, and there's a cycle. It backs up and then it moves forward with the filter screen, and it's going to put more debris right into the basket. So it'll eventually fill all the way up. And this is what you clean most frequently. From this whole contraption, you can actually turn it off and raise it up, and then you get to these filters. And you can see these filters can be pressed down. There's a tool for pressing them down. The water level in this area, once it builds up all the way up and you have float all the way to here, and if you look at the diagram, you'll see once the water gets up to 100%, then that's when it's time to clean these. They recommend for the first 3 to 4 weeks you do nothing. So you get biological filtration on all your media and in your sponges. So this is the tool that's used to clean the sponges when it's time to raise those up. And then this brush, which I just leave it, we're gonna leave it right here. It can be used to scrub the mesh clean here and for general cleaning. Okay, we just started this. Of course, the water will fill up higher, and we'll come back to it, but it comes with a little heat controller, what you can use to set it. Right now, it just runs through all of its patterns, all of its little dancing things. So it does all kinds of different things. Different lights come on. Be able to tell that a little bit better at night. It has all different patterns. It just rotates through. The Quintet, there it is. Don't try this at home, boys and girls. Oh, he's adjusting. You can adjust the little heads so they go the angle you want. But if you don't happen to have it exactly level, you can actually adjust the heads.
Or if you got a bigger pond, get a wider spread.
Or you can get a wider spread for a bigger pond. Yeah, that's correct. This is Dan from Dan Wild Landscape Company. There you go.
That's on a swivel head too. You can swivel that. So get the angle. Now I got it a lot wider.
Yep, he got it a lot wider. That's how you do it. Glad we got that on tape.
Good there, doesn't it?
So the pond's just about full. Not quite full at this point. You can see everything's working as it should. You look real close, the water level's almost up and into the screen of that filter. It will be in that screen soon, and that's when we'll turn the pump off. Or the water off, I should say. So it's just about right. Everything's working. You can see, you can barely see the fish when they come up to the top. You cannot see the liner. Now we're going to come back and shoot this video and show you this after a few days. And we're going to also get a video of these lights at night. You can see the lights kicking on, but obviously you don't get the effect of those lights like you will at nighttime. Okay, it's one morning later. We finished yesterday afternoon, and just through the night, we're looking back at this pond, and I will show you. It is clear to the bottom. It is completely clear. So I don't need to come back after a while like I thought. This pond is clear. We do have, there's an overflow on this pond that I did not show you on that far side over there. And we need to raise it so the Quintet will sit a little bit lower in the water, but it's still working great. Filter's working perfectly. You can see it's collected a decent amount of algae and big stuff, and the sponges are not clogged up yet at all, so it's doing well. Still have the light blinking and working properly on the UV. This is just simply an awesome system. I mean, if you just want awesome, this is it. Aquamanknox, thumbs up on all of these components for sure. I even love the Quintet. This little guy is just cool. I mean, you can sit there and just watch it and have your own little Bellagio, baby. Your own little Bellagio. And it's Ralph Cabbage, Aquamanknox. I'll have links to all of this down below. Have a great day.